had my AP test yesterday. And then this guy gave me an hour and 45-minute warm-up. Yeah. What? Whose idea was that? His. He's like, yeah, you need to warm up. And then we get there at like 9.
See the river always moving around like that. Try to keep people off the road and have the mobility through the shot. You're getting yourself a little start. So I'm going to have you do the split kick where toss the ball up and start moving into the series of ball. Okay? Get yourself a start. So start closer. Right there. We're going to throw the ball up. Come in. Go. Now close. And more ball. Listen, you got to close. Yeah. Okay, ready? Go. Settle. Slow. Right about there. That's where you want to be. Don't get any closer than that. Back up half a step. That's where you're going to be. Don't get ready from there. Because you can cover the wide ball here. You can't cover that when you get too close. And the problem you have with getting too close is that you actually impress upon the person a lot of create the wow by being on top of it. So, as a rule of thumb, as you're playing, you may have to actually you don't want to get the top of the net, make it feel good. You actually have to give yourself some space. So, what we call close or block. Block, you get ready. catch it, hit it. So you want to be quick, but you don't want to reach the point where you're quickly that you don't need. That doesn't work. Catch through. Catch through. That's go. Stay right there. Catch it. No, snap it. So stay there. Stay there. Get ready to back to the catch it. Yeah, see the difference? It's a little softer catch. Most people get this feeling that a volley is supposed to be like a punch or a quick hit. It's not. It's supposed to be a catch and deliver. So you need to redirect the ball. Again, that's what's going to happen. Hands are up. See again.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
I think it's more like a catcher in baseball. Catch it. Ah, that was a beautiful ball. You look so calm to get the ball. Wonderful play off. That's better. Keep out front again. Just control the ball more through it. That was beautiful again, right there. See it? So there's a softness in the hands. I told you. You look at a catcher catching the ball. You know, it's coming at him 100 miles an hour. Boom. One of mine just put down there.
Yeah.
It's for a Babylon.
Do my golf ball hunt.
It's probably about 10 yards in front of you. If it didn't go with, oh, I see it already. Never mind.
A ball?
Yeah, it's up here.
Oh.
It never got below.
I'll get it for you.
I can see it here. You're about 15 feet away. Walk towards me.
Oh, forget it. I'm looking for the golf ball. No, I was fine down here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play golf.
A little walkthrough.
Okay, ready? Control it. Nice. Very nice. Control your hands. Feel it, catch on your hand. That's tough. Now, in fairness, that high backhand you couldn't have caught. Because you had to get that lift in. That's more of a stab, not a necessity. Because you can't hang there because you're in flight. You want to get back. Some of these others that are beautiful. Stab it now. Roxanne, we gotta link up. Low one's the same thing. You don't bend over to volley. You get down to volley up. Okay? Here comes that low ball. See, that's tougher. So if I see you bending at your waist, I know it's not right. You got to drop your back leg, get low, carry it up. Nice touch. That's better. Bend over. A little better, yeah. Try not to bend over. You have a tendency to bend over. You got it. Yeah, it is. I got it on the ball now. We're low ball.
What's it called?
Control it through. The low one. You got to stay with it a little longer. So when you get a low volley, you have forehand and backhand. The idea is that the ball, you see where the ball's coming, you're coming in low. You want to try to stand with your face here. You don't want to do this. Now don't bend over. Don't do that. Keep your head vertical. Down here. And let your leg drop. Because you don't have perspective. But you know, you turn your head this way, you don't see things. Your eyes work like this. Dominant eye has it. And they take on sections of vision this way. When you turn a one like a dominant eye. Probably right now.
Oh, I did the same thing.
Close one eye at a time.
I might have finished it in Orthodox.
Yeah, one will cut. Which right hand right now. But here's
so I
Yeah, but it's that way.
It's way
You
too
know,
much work.
the world is this way. It's
I
that
know.
way.
I know.
And that's so.
Oh, I. Yeah.
That was good. You bend over. And also, the nice part about doing that is that now you have a universal way of volleying. This volley, are basically the same, huh? This volley and this volley is not the same. The more like pattern the game around a consistent movement, the better off you're going to be. That's a beautiful low ball. Beautiful. Oh, that's the other reason to keep your head vertical. Well, that's much better. See what you're doing?
I don't know. I think it's because my head is too far out.
Yeah, but you're descending instead of bending. This is descending before you were bending. Yeah, that's that. So that's one of the things that will give you a little bit more of a relationship with your view. Beautiful touch. There you go. Nice. Nice. Touching. That's the good feel right there. So you're beginning to feel it more instead of punching. We're not going to punch, we're not going to hit, we're going to catch. Yeah. That was good.
You know what my brother's fake looks like?
Not here.
He fully changed his name and everything. Like, it's not him. Everything's not him except
Try to be here. Not here. Here, catch.
Milo.
I know, it's horrible. Yes, I know. It upgrades from a misdemeanor to a
A
felony.
little lower. So, getting better at that. Well, backhand got really, really good. We've got to get down on the forehand as well, right? But when I had the opportunity a long time to be around the Australian game, 6 weeks or something.
Bummer.
The coach would always say, come on, volleyball. Volleyball is really sad. Volleyball. Because he wanted it to be different.
I have some Cali ones because I figured I was going to be in Louisiana anyway, so.
Forehand side, let's get into the lower. Better. Gotta get low. Don't bend over. Get down. Low. Oh!
Wait, what are you doing tonight?
Peanut butter. Oh, that's tough one, huh? Now, what I can't do, because I have to have a ball good, is hit the top note to get it in. So it's very difficult. Getting below the ball is so important. Ready? Yeah, get low. Yeah, so the ball's up high on the top of the ball, right? So you're inclined to go to the height of the ball. You've got to be there where the ball's going to be, not where you see it. That's it. Okay, low bend.
I'll probably run something.
Nice. There you go. Doing better. This whole thing, I'm not bending over. It's a big breakthrough for you. You get that idea of being this way. It's funny that you said. It's funny that you said that. It's the same this way as it is this way. When I first heard that, the guy who was playing, no, you can't do that. Why not? Okay, because they play video games. Try to play a video game like that.
They're not like
You can't play a video game like this.
these are free public parks.
Yeah, that's different. We're talking about this, and also shooting and not catching. So it was interesting. A lot of stuff like that. You think one of the things that you'll find with people who do art,
Yeah, that's better for me. I'm
say go back to our stretch.
There's more than likely going to be like 3 homes behind the
Ready? Go. Again, you're too close. So if the ball gets low like that, it's hard for you to get down and get over, right? You gotta have space to get there. Ready? Go. No closer. Touch it. Okay, so okay, I did that on purpose. You did a very good job. You hit the ball in net. You see what you did? The net never exists to a volley. You have to remember that. If the ball's coming over, you're going after the ball. If it clears the net, you got it. If it doesn't, you're still going after the ball. Because if you go, it's not going over, you're not really reacting. The idea is the ball should travel almost all of its flight. When it hits the net, you should be ready for it, right? So that's a good sign. You look like you're about to follow, you know, the ball went in the net. By the way, the ball went in the net about 2 feet out. Go. Now, what's wrong with that ball in your mind? What's wrong with that ball? Huh? The racket's way down here. You didn't get low. You put the racket down. Go. Okay, good. So you got low again. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. Again. Go. When you get a high ball like that, you're going to want to bang it, and you can. I prefer finesse. Short angle ball. You'll watch on TV most. Why? Why would I prefer to do that versus bang? Psychological. I can win the point by doing this. You're going to shoot. By smacking away, you're going to go, I can't. See the difference? So when you show control, you tell your opponent, hey, I own this space. It doesn't matter what you hit or how you play, I own this space. And that's really what makes a great net player. All the it is more difficult today among the top players because the speed of this is so much faster. Go. That's a great stab. Now, how far, where is that ball I just hit? Where do you think it was going to land? Back behind you. How far from the sideline? Yes. About a foot, yeah. That's how much coverage you have. That's what I was saying about you. You cover the court like a cat, man. So that ball would have barely gone in. You got it. Go. Now, you're not going to get that fly.
It's my forehand side.
Nope.
I can only do like this punches on my racket.
I hit a slice low and away. That was high and away. I don't think people realize it, but when the ball's higher, it's easier to come out.
Wait, is this longer than this? It's like this the same length as me doing that.
If you cross step, it's not.
What's the difference?
Cross with your left when you go for a forehand. There, now you have the same reach. Okay, ready, go. Good low volley. You were there. Go. You had it. So, now what was wrong with that ball? You were there, right?
Yeah.
What was wrong with that ball?
I don't really know.
Not catching it. See what I'm saying? Kind of building a theme for it. There's a reason why guys like Sheldon, and I'll say it too, the other guy, Fritz, are not really good net players. they're good, but they're not great. And the reason being is they don't have soft hands. Yeah, they overreact. Plus, they don't have much experience. The ground strokes and serves are so big that these videos got a lot of experience. You look at the one fellow who's won all those tournaments. The older fellow from India. Let me show you something. I saw him once play. Come up with a I can't remember his name. The guy is 40 something, won all the tournaments there forever. So he does this. Ready? Get it back. I mean, he's really good at that. This is what he can do. It drives me nuts. Yeah, that's hard to do. Not that he can do it, but he can do it on a ball like this, right? He can catch a fast ball. You know, we do that little tap throw. That's all the soft ball. Catching soft, that's easy. If I hit a ball to him, I was warming up. The guy hit a ball as hard as you hit him. And you can see the picture of the guy on the other side going, holy shit, how did he do that? Ronnie could do the same thing. It takes a really strong arm, but that soft touch is key. You know, when you get really good at net, that's what you have, soft touch. Observe a Ronnie. Go. Okay, that's what makes it tough, see? Change the speed. It's hard. Hard to stay soft. Ready? Here we go. Just touch. Finesse it off. It's not wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to do. I just think you look at the top players where you watch the Alcaraz, Sinner, and all these guys. They'll get an easy ball and they'll just stuff this ball. And the reason is that basically they want to shove it through. And they don't want to take the risk of missing the ball. Go. Okay, you couldn't get to it. That's okay. You couldn't get to it. You can't cover everything. Go. Can't get to that. Good shot. Okay, don't more of these. You're doing pretty good. Go. That's good. Good for you. Okay, now go back to your rally. I'm going to hit a ball that's going to be short. It's going to come in. I'm not telling you when. Ready, go. You didn't do anything wrong. To me, that shows you peak. Yeah, but you also, you don't have. So I wouldn't make a big difference. Look at that. You're not very good. That's or you either are really good. One of the I don't know. I love it. No, I mean, you're gonna miss that shot once in a while, but you have to hit it. I wouldn't want you hitting the ball safely when you're in the net. You gotta take the risk. There you go. Ready? Ah, good block. Great hit though. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, did you think I was gonna go down the line across the That's right, exactly. Cover. Everybody says, oh, I anticipated. No, you anticipate being ready. Especially these days, great hitters they have. Okay, again, pulling off that a little too soon. Put your head forward. You know, as easy as those seem, those are actually, you're hitting the ball correctly. And I'm going to tell you this only because I want you to understand. When I say you're a little tired, what I noticed is that instead of jumping at that with your foot, you were stepping to his. Know we talked about that? That tells you you're tired. So you have to learn to do this. That's an energetic hit, which unfortunately the lack of It's a good play. There you go. Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, I remember I was like starting in the match, and I like set myself up for a back end, and I jumped up to the forward, and I couldn't do that. I don't really know.
It's that shot. Remember we call that the jump stroke.
Yeah.
That shot, or now they call it the dip jump stroke, but you got to have a lot of high energy to be able to play it.
Like,
You got to be in good shape.
I did the whole like stutter thing,
Yeah.
and I just jumped like that.
Well, you did it right. You just missed it.
Yeah.
As I said, it's not that requires a lot of energy, and it shows. You know who was really good at that? Nishikori from Japan. Remember seeing him play? He could hit that ball all day long. He could also run for 50 miles. Uh-oh, too short. I was trying to hold you and fake you. You did a good job. I don't know if you knew what you were doing, but it was really effective. I came over, had a lot of time to hit it. You moved over a little bit, but you didn't commit. You just stood there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting for you to commit, and you just stood there, which is perfect. When you delay your commitment like that, it doesn't give you a shot to go for because you haven't telegraphed it, right? Good shot. That time you jumped at it, see?
Yeah.
It's hard, huh?
Yeah.
That's physical.
It's harder on the back end.
It is. Well, you know, but that's where it's really the best, too. Because if you stand still and hit the backhand, you lose a lot of forward momentum. Whoop. Uh-oh, sorry. Good get. Short ball. Oh, no. Oh, I wanted you to see if you get that one. Darn it. Just, what a good practice. You see that ball dies a little bit. It's a little lower, huh? So you really have to get underneath it there. Now you also jumped on a ball that only came up to your knees, so that makes it tough. But just that again, that's closing where they call closing on the net. Very physical activity. Not seeing that much. Watch out, ball in court there, ball in court. Ready to go. Okay, we'll take a little break here from now. Serve, then we'll have some different stuff right here. See where Alcaraz has that wrist injury. Same type of wrist injury Team had. Remember Team? Remember they won the US Open? Hurt his wrist a week or two later after that, and no thing. Done. Agassi had the same injury. And they all go to get an operation. Fortunately, because of where Agassi was, where Gilbert was, they called in, trying to remember his name, the guy at the club, the doctor at the club, who's such a good player from South Africa.
Oh,
Lee.
Is it Lean or Leon or what?
Leonard.
Leonard, yeah.
So Leonard, famous surgeon, right?
Yeah.
He goes to, Agassi comes to him, and then he says, yeah, I gotta get off. He says, no, you have to get off. If you operate, it'll never be the same. And I'm a tennis player, I know. I mean, he played Davis Cup. Yeah. So he didn't operate. He says, I'm gonna have you go through this whole series of rehab stuff. Came back completely. But Team never came back because he had it operated. So what happens is that there's been a couple girls that said, you don't have the mobility after the operation.
Yeah.
So that flippy, not there. And I'm concerned that Alcaraz does get that bad. Bad advice about that. Because that could be the end of his career.
wrists are very fragile areas of the body. Relax, take your time, smooth, easy. Because that's what we're going to work on today with your serve. The other day, last week, you started hitting some serves. I don't think we were talking about getting ready afterwards. I don't think you realized what you were doing that was so much what I've been working towards, which was calming yourself through here. Yeah, exactly. Because you have a tendency to use your energy, whoopee, it's like a whoopee serve. Instead of slow it down like that, and give yourself a sense that it's, that it has a tempo that's fit for a good quality toss. Very smooth, very good, very smooth. Very good, and like that. Okay, we're going to have to do an exercise. Oh, very good. Now, the next thing is to do this. I can't do it anymore, too old. Oh, I did it. Come back in your hand. Leave your hand there, let the ball come right back in your hand. See how my racket's ready too? See? Now, did your ball have spin?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do it again. Move right back in your hand. A little better, yeah. And really, really posture yourself, be like this when you catch it. Not bad, not bad. A little bit too much that way, obviously. Now go down together, up together, soft, easy catch. Much better, much better. Just lift and catch. Nice. Just have it sit right on your hand like that. Much better. There. That's better. Just leave it right there. Perfect. Okay, now go ahead and get some serves. Try to find that feeling again with that serve. This whole thing here has a little bit of ease of momentum, right? This has to be easy. Ready? Smooth. Nice. There. That was perfect. See? And what that does is it makes sure that the toss isn't so high. That's really the, see, that one flung out of your hand. So you can see it fling and a little bit of spin as well.
Yeah.
Easy, smooth, nice. Okay, that's better. That's good. All right, who are you taking pictures of?
Right now, nobody, but I'd love to take your picture. That's
You
okay.
can take pictures of him. I'm too old. I'm too fat.
It's alright.
You can take a couple pictures. Yeah.
Thank
What?
you. And just from the distance.
Perfect, almost. Okay, that's
Perfect. That was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I got out of the picture now you can use it.
Yeah, you're not.
Photogenic, I'm not.
You're great. Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah. It's like massive.
Those are beautiful to work with. Better, but still a little thin, a little too far back. Okay, serve again, first and second serve. Now this is what we're going to work on today with the serve. Now that we got that going, I want to try to see if I can get you a true second serve.
What's wrong with my second serve?
Well, we'll talk about that. First, it's your first and second serve. Here we go. First serve. Nice and controlled, easy lift. Okay, not bad. A little bit of spin on the ball, a little bit out. Okay, now you're going to hit a second serve. Now, obviously, the toss was too far right, right?
Yeah.
So the thing with your second serve, this is what people, remember I was showing how to catch it? Watch my second serve toss this time. It's pretty much the same spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is my first, a little bit more forward, no spin. This is my second, about 4 inches further back.
Well, I kind of like bend my thing.
Well, that's, you want to get top, so I'll come over the ball, or I over it like that, do that slow motion. But I don't bring it back that far. That's one of the mistakes. The reason people, they tend to throw back to get more spin on it, it takes all your forward power away. So, I know it sounds strange, but the difference of hitting a good spin serve and a serve that's over spin is that the good spin serve, because you're still catching out in front, has some push through the court. Otherwise, you're just hitting up and it sits. So if you look at like someone like Sheldon, these guys who have the big serve, you go to the sidelines, you say, oh, the first serve, watch out, get ready. The first serve would land here, and everyone says, oh, the second serve, but no, it lands here. 3 inches further back, that's all.
Oh, you know.
Yes, they don't do a kick like that. They don't. It's not worth it because you take too much speed off the ball. You want yourself to have the spin and the movement. Okay, so first serve, second serve.
What if I'm with like a full spin serve? Just like,
It is a full spin serve,
is
you're
it
right.
like too slow?
Yeah, the thing is it doesn't break. You've got to have it.
It's like for
It's
finesse.
something they learned in baseball. These guys used to curveball. They kept trying to throw them like this. They said, no, this is your fastball. This is your curveball. They go, what's the difference? This is fast, this is curved. They go, that little? They go, yes. Because it's what happens afterwards that plays. And that's what you have to, it's subtle, it's not that big. No, it's not great. First serve out in front, go through it. Okay, and now your second serve. That was it. Now your second serve. I need a little bit of break on it. There it is, perfect. There you go. See, that's your second serve. No, it's not. You have it's a little bit more spin, which is the reliability.
But I don't know if I can like land that consistently.
Well, you just did, so why worry about what you can't do?
Like usually I don't know. I feel like if it's like more flight time than usually a land pilot.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can hit a big breaker so that but then that happens. See, the whole point here is that if you're altering so much from your first to your second, it's really like you're two people. You don't want to be that. It's very subtle. If you watch baseball at all, you see these guys throw, they go, I don't see any difference. It is very subtle. So what happens is that the ability to break the back like that versus like that is all there needs to be done. It's like a top spin. You had a top spin, big top. Now rack things like that. Now I'm going to get a top spin roll. Hard to tell the difference. It's just this, that's it, that's it. The subtleness of it is very, very interesting because it makes for a real good feel for it. That's what you're trying to learn. First serve. Boom, very nice, right on the line. Now you're going to hit your second serve. A little bit further back with a lot of intensity. Too far back, see? You went way back on your toss. You fell backwards.
So it's just like another variant of
It's just a variant of the first serve. Quite frankly, which has been finally studied and realized, all the guys in the tour, almost all of them have a faster racket on the second serve. So you're flinging, right? That's where your first problem is. We should work on it again. It's better. That was a good second. Okay, here we go. Lift, easy lift. A little bit, but you're not. See, you're not balanced that.
I just slam my elbow.
That's a. You might want you can bring your grip over a pad more. For the second. So here's my first. Here's my second. It's all the top. First knuckle, that's it, it's a little bit over. There it is. That's good, see? So, I'm making this is new today, okay? We haven't talked about this, but I want to wait for your seat here.
Yeah.
You want to have this that your first and second serve have very subtle changes. In fact, when you start to take the first serve and move it around, then when you see it. If I'm playing you, I'm serving you. If I'm playing you, they're right there. Okay, now just watch me. I'm not hitting the ball. But and if I go like this, you're going to go wide serve, right? Well, I'm going to round the ball.
I don't look at my opponent.
Okay, well, you should look at the ball. So, I'm telegraphing. So now I can hit that wide serve from here, or I can hit it from here. Very subtle difference. You can't see it. And trust me, that even though you're not really watching it, you are feeling it. It's a release point. So you want to get good at that. So we're looking at the variations on the toss. Is within the size of a soccer ball. That's as much as it varies.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't go like here and then here. That's all we vary. Okay? So nice first thing going there. Here we go. Okay, that was like the second serve, wasn't it?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to hit it like that.
Oh. Yeah, okay, if you're just gonna do, let me know if you're doing first or second serve. I know we're okay, second serve, here we go. Too far out in front, was it? It was.
It's
Way
not
out
like,
way out
so
there.
it's just like, I don't know how to do like macro adjustments in my top.
It's because this has to be, this is less of this and more of this. See how I can do it? It just comes right back in my hand. Every time, almost. That's too far out front. See? So you get good at doing that. Now, you see, you did that wrong. Wrong. Because you're not using your right arm. The serve gets thrown off because you're doing this, jumping jacks. So you got to do both hands to practice your serve. Down together, up together. A little flingy, again, back too much again. That ball you just tossed, spin yourself. You didn't place the swap, easy flow. That's better. That ball had no spin. That was a little too far forward for the first serve. Okay, here we go. Better, but a little too high for that first serve. Okay, now hit a second serve. Here we go. Second serve. Okay, you got one ball. That's fine. Okay, here we go. Second serve. Ready? Just not place it. Don't not place it. A little further back. That's it. That was it. I yelled that's it before you hit the ball because I could see it. First of all, I could see the seams of the ball, so it was beautifully placed. Second, it wasn't too high. Third, it was just enough out in front that you came through the ball.
So I can't have like massive.
You don't want massive. It's telegraph, and let me just show you what I mean by that. Okay, first of all, sailors were in this. You could have the biggest sail in the world, but you're not catching the wind, it goes really good. So basically, when you throw this big old boom back here like that, it doesn't give you more because you can't get more on the ball. So with what a baseball pitcher learns is that what he gets on the ball has to do with how he holds it and his release out here, not out here. They release here. Watch it. We go like that through. So this is me throwing a fastball. This is me throwing a curve. See? That's the difference. That's it. Very solid. So you do it. Okay. This is you releasing. Boom. That's fastball. This is you curveball. Very little turn. Don't do it. Hard on your shoulder. Tennis balls are hard to throw because they don't have much position. Okay, first and second serving. You're getting better at this. This is good stuff for you. First serve through. Nope. Because you flung it. And the ball had spin. I'm trying to get you. Look at me. I'm 70,000 years old. Oh, a little spin. I'm going to have no spin now. Oh, little spin. No spin. Little spin. There we go. That's my thought. That's what I look for. You have to be able to do that. Let the ball feel that. Boom. Better. That's much better. See, the ball just sat there for you perfectly. Okay. Now you're spin-a-rooney. Out in front. Just place it. No! The reason I said no is because you went like this. You know, I gotta get you to place it on your
Oh no, I have to like think about my foot moving.
I find out for it. So right now, again, all we're going to think about today is softly placement. And because your serve has gotten a lot better, and it's the only thing I think we need to really master, a little bit more control. Beautiful. Beautiful pop. Spin serve, easy placement, smooth. Nice. There you go. Yeah, nice. Right, good. Okay, so the theme today on serving. Don't pop.
So it's like first it was like this, I used to like that.
Yeah, exactly. Very subtle.
But my old second serve was kind of like this.
Well, you were doing big cook, and I didn't want to bother you.
It's kind of like also it's like really consistent because I just whipped it out.
I know, but the reason I didn't get into it is you're in the middle of playing your season. I want you to think about this. When you're thinking about this when you play, you would have fallen apart. So now you have no matches. You can practice your serve and think about it, and get it down. It's that little different thing. So that's kind of what you're looking for. That's why I didn't work on it during the season, because it's one of the rules of coaching in tennis is that if someone's in the middle of the season, you don't change their serve. The worst thing you can do. Beautiful motion. Gosh, that was perfect. Okay, now your second serve. Here we go. Good. That was way out in front, great balance after the hit. Beautiful hit. Not bad. There you go. That was a good second serve. Okay. No, the second one had a little more spin.
I can't see it.
Well, I can see it because the first one cleared the net by this much. The second one cleared it by that much. See, subtleness is the hardest thing to get in anything you do when you post.
They both look straight.
It's a sound too. You can hear the sound pitch is a little bit different, and you can hear the flight's a little bit different, and the clearance is different. So it's all a little bit of everything there. but you're coming along really good.
If I like exaggerate the spin, then you can like see it.
Yeah, but why do that? Like that. See?
It looks
Okay,
cool.
let's explain. It looks cool. Yeah.
Also, it's like finesse. So it's like the ball is
You,
slower than.
we will work on some bigger variations, but let me show you what happened to that serve. You hit the serve and afterwards you're like this, like a drunken,
that's
drunken sailor. You can't hit the next ball when you hit a serve like that.
I'm pulling it out.
I know, well, you're falling out. So that's a useless serve. You're gonna fall on your ass.
I
after
mean,
that.
usually it works because like it's slow enough.
Yeah, but it's not going to work against better players, okay? Because you're falling. You want to have great balance on both serves, which is what you get by subbing. And there are times, yeah, where you can, again, I can't tell you this because this is